Okay, so if you guys didn't know, there are tens of thousands of people trapped at a concert or festival, whatever you want to call it, called Burning Man. It's basically an overpriced concert in the middle of the desert. And a lot of rich people go, a lot of yuppies go, and they pretty much go there to brag on social media, brag to us peasants that, hey, I spent $10,000 on this concert ticket or festival ticket. Oh, look at me, I'm having so much fun on my phone, on social media, bragging to the peasants. But in a weird twist of irony, the people at Burning Man have gotten stuck in the mud, literally stuck in the mud, and they are trapped. They cannot leave. They are running out of food, they're running out of water, and it's declared a national emergency. So let's watch what these people are going through.
To all of the people in Burning Man, I am sorry that you fell into their trap.
There has been one death at Burning Man Festival, with tens of thousands left.
So there's already been one death. Do you know how absurd that is? Oh, I'm gonna pay $10,000 for this concert ticket, and then you end up dying because there's not enough infrastructure laid out to actually let people drive during a freaking rainstorm or whatever it was, mud storm, whatever. They don't have any infrastructure. It's literally a festival in the middle of nowhere. So, and a lot of people are too stupid to realize, hey, I'm going out in the middle of the desert. Maybe I should pack enough water, enough food, enough gas. But these idiots who spend $10,000 on concert tickets don't even realize that. A lot of them just go there to do drugs, and a lot of them just go there to freaking drink. They don't think with their brain, so they're in an incapacitated state, and they don't even know, hey, maybe I should pack water.
Stranded in deep mud at the Nevada desert after rain turned the festival into a swamp. Costume-clad attendees have been struggling across the wet site, some using trash bags as makeshift boats, while many vehicles were stuck in the sludge.
Good, good. They wanted to get away from their problems, pay $10,000 and have this extravagant festival that they have every single year, which pretty much only exists to brag on poor people. That's the only reason they go. They don't go there to have fun. You might have, for every like 10 people that go there, I'm sure like nine of them just go there just to brag. If you have that much disposable income where you can just pretty much throw out $10,000 for a concert in the middle of the desert, you're not there to have fun. You're there to brag. You're there to brag. You're not there to have fun. And I've seen footage of this Burning Man festival, and it looked dead. It looked boring. Everybody's on their phone. It's so, it's not worth the money.
All events at the festival, which drew some 70,000 people, were cancelled. Police said they were probing one death without giving further details. Road gates in and out of the Black Rock City venue.
So this looks like a third world country. It looks like a refugee camp. They paid all this money just to live in a refugee camp. They're getting that. It's like Fire Festival. It's like the Fire Festival experience where they pay a bunch of money, a ton of money, and then they go there and then something bad happens, and then these rich people don't know how to handle it, and it ends up being a disaster, a total disaster. That's what they paid for.
Were closed, but some desperate attendees trudged on foot for hours to reach the nearest road and hitch a lift out.
So they had to walk for hours just to reach the nearest road. So there's really no infrastructure at all. Hey, did any genius check the weather for that day? You're telling me 70,000 people went to Burning Man and nobody checked the freaking weather? Nobody said, hey, it's going to rain this day during the festival. Nobody said that. Nobody has a brain. Nobody who's going to this festival has a brain. So no wonder things went wrong. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. Never in my whole life, till the day I die, will I ever be caught at Burning Man. It's first of all, Burning Man sounds like some sort of sacrificial ritual. So why would I go there? It's the same type of sacrificial ritual that was at that Travis Scott festival or concert where like 20, 30 people died.
Video online even showed comedian Chris Rock hitching a ride in the back of a pickup truck with Diplo after managing to escape. Organizers have urged festival goers to conserve food, water, and fuel and shelter in a warm.
Oh, poor rich people. They have to actually sit in a spot and they can't go back to their private jet. Oh, poor rich people. Duh. No. You know, homeless people live like this every day. They don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They have to be resourceful all the time. They have to figure out where they're going to get their water from, their food from, where they're going to shelter for the night. Homeless people live like this every single day. And the fact that these people don't know how to survive for a couple of hours in a freaking rainstorm or mudslide, whatever, it shows. It shows just how delusional these people are. How are they this messed up from mud? From mud. You can't survive mud. You have this $100,000 RV that you use to drive to this festival. Expensive piece of machinery, which is that RV. Most people can't even afford RVs now because they're so freaking expensive because the rich people keep buying them all up. And they get to a freaking festival what the RV is freaking made for to go on in the middle of nowhere for weeks, if not months, and they end up dying because they are that stupid.
Safe space.
To all of the people in Burning.
So yeah, this is pathetic. So let's see here.
Well, hello from a very soggy Burning Man. We're kind of screwed here. It rained yesterday afternoon and all night. So the entire place is absolutely just soaked. This is...
Oh, who could have guessed that rain plus dirt would equal mud? Again, 70,000 people went to this concert and not one person, literally not one person looked at the temperature, the weather. Nobody said, hey, it's going to be raining. Maybe we should put a warning out. Nobody said that. Just act like everything's fine and we can get as much money as possible from these idiots at this festival.
Ours, kind of our bar and DJ area. Tarps got filled with water and just bent everything. Problem is it's going to take a day or two for this to dry out, and you cannot even walk around out here. Let me show you the feet. I mean, every time you step, you pick up more mud, and it's just really hard to move. Driving a vehicle right now is impossible. There is absolutely no way you could move a vehicle through this right now. And normally we pack up today and leave tomorrow.
Because there's no road. There's no road. Of course you're not going to be able to drive your vehicle on mud. There's no freaking road. Why would you go in the middle of the desert then complain when you're not able to drive anywhere? What kind of genius is this? This is the type of person to go to Burning Man. Hey, it's going to rain today. It's going to rain a lot in the middle of the desert. Oh man, why can't I move my vehicle? Come on, man. Let's watch another one. So, unfortunately, those that couldn't afford to bring an RV or some type of mobile shelter, they have to literally sleep outside in tents, in makeshift tents. Um, Extremely stupid knowing you're gonna be. I don't know how long Burning Man lasts. I don't know if it lasts a week or only a few days, but it's extremely stupid to go in the middle of the desert and not bring any sort of tents. You're literally sleeping in a sandstorm where that sand material, that dust, gets inside your lungs. It doesn't leave your lungs overnight. It has to be filtered out through the body. And if you take in too much, you will have permanent lung damage. But a lot of these guys are just like, hey, yeah, this is so cool. This was worth $1,000 or $10,000. I don't know how much these idiots paid. And I don't really care. Because they deserved it. They deserve it for going to this trendy, rich, freaking ritual in the middle of the desert that only a small amount of people can actually afford. It's basically an in club for rich people, and they absolutely deserve it. You see Chris Rock there, you see celebrities there, you see social media influencers there, ready to take pictures, ready to brag to the poor people that are still using social media, ready to brag in front of their face. Oh, look at me, I'm having so much fun at Burning Man. Oh, wow, this is so much fun. Oh, wow. No. That's the whole purpose of even going to Burning Man, to brag like a little kid. So I guess, is this person crying?
This is what we're dealing with.
So notice how it says the organizers closed access to the event. So the organizers left. They left. They didn't set up any sort of shelter tents or water stations. They just left. Meaning they knew well beforehand that it was going to rain and they did not tell anyone. They just left. And they're like, oh man, it's raining. Let's head out of here. Because they wanted the money. They obviously they wanted the money. And how can they don't want to be sworn by a bunch of people asking for refunds? Obviously, so they just left. I already got the money. What do I need to be here for if I already have the money from these rich suckers? So yeah.
We all slept all night with no house music bumping. Everything stopped.
So the music stopped. If I were them, I'd ask for a refund. I'd say, I want my money back. You stopped the music. Where's the music? There's nothing. I would have asked for a refund personally. But of course, people who actually care about where their money goes wouldn't even attend Burning Man in the first place.
Because of that.
It is now 1 p.m. Pacific time. This is the condition of the road. We're handing out plastic bags for our shoes so we don't get mushy like this.
Like this.
Like this guy.
Now, notice how, imagine the smell. There's no showers there. There's no showers. And if there is showers or bathrooms, there's probably not enough for 70,000 people. So imagine the smell, imagine people's breaths. If you don't have one of these fancy RVs or fancy campers or whatever these rich people are buying, you're probably just stuck out in the open with limited supplies. You don't have access to a bathroom, you don't have access to a shower, no sinks, no water. You are pretty much freaking stranded. there's probably way more people that died. I don't think only one person died. As you can see, there's older people like in their 50s, 60s there, and there was a huge sandstorm, so they're just breathing in all that stuff into their lungs. They're on the elements that can absolutely kill somebody. If you don't have food, don't have water, yes, you can die from that. That's absolutely disgusting. They're literally swimming in the mud. They're going mud swimming. You know that that water has been stepped on by thousands of people during the concert. Poop. People have been pooping there because they can't find enough bathrooms. And you go swimming in that? That's absolutely disgusting. And just like everything, they are doing this. They're not swimming in the water because it's actually fun. They are swimming in the water to say, hey, I swimmed in the water. Take a picture for social media. I'm so cool. Wow. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it to have a good time, obviously. And there's really no point in even swimming in water, in mud water, because it will just make you even more dirty. So there was a sandstorm party at Burning Man. So it looks lame. It looks so lame, man. Who would pay thousands of dollars to have a basic... I don't even know what this is. This is like the lamest concert I've ever seen. And the music isn't good at all. Playing "Oh My Milkshake Brings All Over" and just playing a generic royalty-free remix of that ancient song. No, it's so lame, man. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars to have an experience better than this. There are concerts that cost like $50 where you can have the same exact experience. Okay, you don't have to pay thousands of dollars. So I want to see the most recent video of Burning Man. So let's look at something posted today. It got way worse. So this guy is saying it got way worse. This was uploaded only 2 hours ago. So let's see this.
Man, a bit of a bust this year. Not what the folks had expected. I'm told these folks are called burners. A lot of them out there, tens of thousands, had a lot of problems. You see all that
He looks homeless.
mud they had to trek through. Well, we got a live report on this. We got Max Gordon with Fox Weather. He is live for us in the Nevada desert.
Thank God, man. Thank you, Lord, for letting it flood and then bring a sandstorm. This event was cursed from the start. That's God working in mysterious ways by allowing these rich yuppies to freaking be tortured by the elements.
With all the details for us, or at least what we know at this point. Max, good morning. What can you tell us?
Hey, good morning. Well, normally Burning Man is a pretty hot, dusty event. We've been seeing streams of muddy cars, trucks, SUVs, motorhomes driving on out here on the highway back to civilization. Now, this all occurred again on Friday, and they had a very wet weekend, and really just the mud there overcame the entire festival. People were sloshing through, up to a foot of mud in some places. Vehicles simply couldn't get out.
Good. If they want to be in the middle of the desert so bad, why do they want to leave so bad with a little bit of mud? Once a little bit of mud comes, then everybody starts panicking and wants to leave. But you already paid $1,000 for that experience. If the experience is so freaking good, why do you want to leave so bad with a little bit of mud?
The roads had to be closed down, and there was actually a death that occurred during this rain event. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office confirmed that they are investigating the death of a 32-year-old man. They don't know why he died at this time, but they do say that the rainy conditions hampered the
Drugs. He died from drugs. Obviously. Oh, we don't know how he died. It's a cover-up. They know exactly why he died. It's not rocket science. He was probably passed out on the ground, and then it started raining, and then he drowned in the mud.
investigation. The sheriff's office says they are still waiting on an autopsy toxicology report, but even after interviewing witnesses and medical responders, they weren't able to determine the cause of death.
They know it. They just are literally lying for PR. It's a PR cover-up. They don't want to say the real reason he freaking died, because then people won't buy into the next Burning Man.
Now, while some continued their Burning Man experience amid the rain and after the rains passed, amid the mud, some people got out. That included Chris Rock and also DJ Diplo.
Why wasn't Chris Rock? If Chris Rock is such a good person, why didn't he use his millions of dollars to bring people water, to bring people food? He probably has hundreds of henchmen he could send to bring supplies. No. He's the first person to get on his $50,000 jet ski and hightail it out of there. The upper middle class people, they're not so lucky.
People trekked for miles. Take a listen to this man who did just that.
I think.
Oh, boo-hoo! They have to walk a couple miles. Like, walking for a couple of miles is not hard, unless you're like freaking 90 years old. Have these people never walked in their life? They're too busy driving their expensive RVs, their expensive cars, their snowmobiles, their helicopters. Oh God, we have to walk 2 miles to civilization. Oh my God, we're really in survival mode now. No. If that was a random average person, they wouldn't even be complaining. If it was a middle class person or a lower class person, they would not even complain. They would just shut their mouth, turn off their phone to conserve battery life, and they'd find what direction they need to walk in order to get to civilization, and they'd walk forward. No complaining. No social media, no Snapchat, no Facebook, no Instagram. They just walk in a direction, shut their mouth, and get there. You notice how every time something bad happens to rich people, the media treats it like it's this, oh my God, we gotta do something. But when a poor person dies, when a poor person gets shot, when a poor person gets murdered, when a poor person gets raped, they are the first to just brush it off like it's nothing. It will just be a 30-second news clip. Meanwhile, there's only been one death. It was probably from self-inflicted injuries. And yet this is a national news story.
I think everybody at first was like just welcoming the idea of staying in their trailer, in their camp, and just hanging out and having, I suppose, a continuation of their Burning Man time. And then after enough time went by, it started to get a little bit like people started to question, like, okay, well, how long are we actually going to be sheltering in place here?
You didn't check the temperature. Who goes to a festival and doesn't check the weather? It's just mind-blowing to me.
Here. And that's when, we ultimately made the pretty quick decision to exit and walk out of the playa.
So what was that experience like? Tell me how far you...
Now, for those who stayed afterwards, they've had a pretty long trek today. 7 hours is...
That doesn't look fun at all. That just looks like a freaking parking lot. Like, these people paid thousands of dollars just to dance in a freaking mud parking lot.
the wait time to get out of Black Rock.
There's no sort of structure, there's no sort of decorations. It's just a bunch of rich people in a parking lot with the occasional dance tent every now and then. But for the most part, it's just one giant parking lot.
Rock City, that's the temporary encampment that pops up every
At least Woodstock had a freaking stage. When they had Woodstock in the 60s and the 90s, at least that had a freaking stage where everybody could come together as one and freaking dance. This is just non-stop parking and tiny little tents.
year for Burning Man. So a lot of these folks that you see on the highway right beside me.
Now, you want to know what would really be ironic? If there was an actual fire, like a fire broke out during the sandstorm and the entire place just got set on fire, then you can call your freaking concert Burning Man. Then you can call it Burning Man, but you have no right to call anything Burning Man until something starts burning. And from my point of view, Woodstock night during the 90s was way more eventful than this. I'd rather be trapped in Burning Man than I would in the old Woodstocks from the 90s, where there was literally rioting and burning stuff. Like, they were throwing burning crap on the stage. People were knocking over urinals. That is way more disastrous than this. But of course, because it's mostly rich people here, this is a national news story and declared a national disaster immediately. Is this really a disaster, or is this stupidity?
They've already had quite the journey, and a lot of them are probably looking.
So yeah. So let me watch one more video if there's anything new. Trying to see some YouTube shorts. Okay, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So some of these are old. Yeah, this is stupid. This looks like a total disaster. Possible Ebola outbreak at Burning Man. So, Ebola?
Okay, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is that Chris Rock somehow, some way managed to escape from the Man Festival. There's always rumors about some type of sickness spreading. It's kind of like a running joke within the community of people who attend.
This is the sort of close quarters living conditions that allowed the plague to start, the Black Plague. When you have all these people huddled together in makeshift shelters, 70,000 people within a small radius, you are potentially allowing diseases, bacteria to just fester everywhere. You're going to get STDs. You're going to get bacterial infections. You are going to get a whole host of problems. And if there's rats, if there's certain insects, somebody brings roaches, bed bugs, those can also bring diseases. So nobody should be shocked at this information. And yeah, I'm trying to find footage of people at Burning Man that are actually having fun, and I can't find it. I can't find any footage of Burning Man that's actually fun. So yeah, they just threw money out the window basically, and they got punished for it. They thought they'd have their huge event where they can just brag on social media and laugh at all the poor people who couldn't go to Burning Man because they don't have a freaking half a year's salary to pay for this stuff. So yeah, they got what they got. And they were too stupid to check the temperature, too stupid to check the freaking conditions of the concert. They were just stupid. Stupid rich people doing stupid rich people things ends up backfiring.